This is Glenn Rice with Michelangelo's Plumbing. We are located at 136 S Vista St, Los Angeles, California. Today is July 22nd, 2019. We're performing a video sewer inspection through a 4-inch ABS cleanout located to the right of the front door, just in front of the bay window to the living room. This is our 4-inch ABS cleanout. This is our bay window area, and this is the walk path to the front door. This is the front of our property. And we went ahead and zeroed out our camera already, so we are going to go ahead and drop down and begin our video sewer inspection. Okay, we drop down, and as soon as we drop down, we run into a very large root intruded joint. And we're just going to go ahead and pause here and mark this area. It's probably right here. We'll go ahead and mark this area on the way back, and it looks like it's transitioned from black ABS sewer pipe to vitreous clay. And it's a very large root intruded joint in the vitreous clay here. Very hard to see. It appears there's a large crack in the vitreous clay here. We can see it from about the 3 o'clock area to about the 9 o'clock area. I'm going to pause for a second. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and it's just about 5 feet from the clean out, and there's a large palm tree, and it's basically the roots from the palm tree here. So we're just going to go ahead and push out past this area. And we do have another large root intruded joint here at our next joint. So we're just going to attempt to push out into our city sewer tie-in, and then on our way back we'll mark these areas. And we do have another heavily root intruded joint. These joints are approximately every 4 feet. So every 4 feet there is a large root intruded joint. So we're just going to go ahead and continue to push back. This joint here does have a major offset in it, and also root intruded joint. Continue to push out. And we're going to pause for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and got past that first major offset in that joint, and that joint there was holding back water, and it was a fairly large offset, and we were able to jump up and over it. And as we dropped down, we did notice this joint here. This joint here is broke and a major offset in the joint. As you can see at from about the 9 o'clock to the 3 o'clock area, that's soil that you're seeing. The pipe has completely shifted, and you can see the dirt at the top of the pipe there. And we're just going to pause here for a moment in this area and locate this area. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and it is at approximately 3 foot 8 inches deep, just to the right of the walkway to the front door next to the small palm. So we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And this joint here also has a major crack in it from about the 3 o'clock to about the 9 o'clock area. And we're just going to push in, and heavy root intrusion here.
Just go in a little. Right there. Go back in here.
Okay, we went ahead and located this area. This is a transition from our vitreous clay to concrete. This is our lateral.
This will be the lateral.
Yeah, this would be considered our city sewer lateral. And this is just in the middle of the sidewalk on the right-hand side of the walkway to the front door, about 4 feet in front of the palm, the small palm. So we're just going to go ahead and
Pull back to here. See where those roots are coming in. They're coming in through the
concrete.
Yeah.
Everybody, that's probably in this joint.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and push through slow. Take a really good look at this concrete. Small roots in this. We do have a crack in the concrete on the from about the 3 o'clock to about the 6 o'clock, which is visible.
May go all the way around.
It could possibly go all the way around. So we're just going to push through very slowly and try to take a good look at this. And this joint here appears to have minor roots. We're just going to go ahead and continue to push out slowly and see if we can take a good look at it. This joint here appears to be, that's a root. Yeah, we do have a crack in this joint from about the 7 o'clock area going all the way up to around the 12 o'clock area. As you can see, the roots are coming through that crack. So we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out slowly. This joint here has minor roots, minor root intrusion. And we're going to go ahead and continue to push out. And it appears we're transitioning back to vitreous clay. Okay, we're going to go ahead and continue to push out. Minor root intrusion in that joint. And we do have a crack in this joint, in this area here, in the pipe, right around. It appears that it's going the complete diameter of the pipe. It's very faint, but as we pull closer, you can see the crack is there. And we're going to go ahead and continue to push out. Go past this joint.
now? How you doing, Michael? Let's go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and continue to push out. Because we do have a minor offset in that joint. And that joint appeared to be in fair condition. We're going to go ahead and continue to push out. And it appears that we're transitioning back to concrete. A little bit of roots in that joint. We're making a little bit of a turn. And we do have some roots in that joint there. And we're dropping down into our city sewer tie-in. We're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and this is our city sewer tie-in. And we're just at the bottom of our tie-in into the city sewer. We located this at 8'4", and that's just in the middle of the street. So we're just going to go ahead and pull back slowly. And as I had mentioned, we do have a heavy root intrusion in the city sewer saddle tie-in. Just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And we're pulling back, transitioning back into vitreous clay. We have a little bit of water running in the inside. One of the inspectors is running some water. Okay, we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And we've already taken a look at all these joints here, and as I mentioned, there is a crack in this area here, right around pretty much the whole diameter of the pipe. We're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And we're transitioning back into concrete. Go ahead and continue to pull back. And we took a look at these root intruded joints in the concrete as we're pushing out. So we're just going to pull back and mark a few areas. And we're transitioning back into vitreous clay. And we're going to pause here for a moment and locate this area here. Okay, we went ahead and already marked this area, so we're just going to pull back and mark some of the root intruded joints. Okay, we're going to go ahead and...
I already told, what's it? Harvey? This one's definitely going to
And we'll pause here and mark this joint. Very heavily root intruded joints here. And these are the ones when we initially first pushed out. These are the first joints that we had seen that were very heavily root intruded. So we're just going to go ahead and pause for a moment and locate these areas. Okay, we went ahead and marked several areas here in the front yard area with the heavy root intruded joints. And these are the joints that we had seen initially on the way out to our city sewer tie-in. So we're just going to continue to pull back and up our clean out, and that will conclude our video sewer inspection. What we're going to do is we're going to try to get our camera to go up into the waistline and go up underneath the house and take a look at some of the waistline. We're just going to go ahead and looks like it appears that we're transitioning into cast iron waistline. So we're just going to push in. Very difficult to see right now. They're running a little bit of water and we're pushing up towards the water. We're just going to go ahead and what we'll do is we'll just continue to push out, and then maybe we'll run in the house and see if we can get them to stop running the water for a moment, and we can take a good look at the waistline as we pull back out. Right now we're in the midst of running water. It appears we're in a section of ABS, so we transitioned back from cast iron to ABS. So again, we're just going to continue to push as far in as we can possibly go. And we're all the way at the back now. So we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, it appears that the water had been shut down, so we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And this is all in black ABS waste pipe. That joint appears to be in fair condition. That joint appears to be in fair condition. And again, we're going to pause for a moment until we get the water to run down. Okay, we were able to get the water to shut down, and we could continue to take a look at these joints. So as I had mentioned, those joints all appeared to be in fair condition. So I'm just going to continue to pull back. That joint appears to be in fair condition. Appears we've transitioned back into our cast iron, which our transition is. And cast iron appears to be in fair condition. Appears that it possibly had been cleaned or possibly hydrojetted. We're just going to continue to pull back. Joints look in fair condition. And we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And as I had mentioned, the waistline is consisting of cast iron pipe and fittings and ABS pipe and fittings. The cast iron appears to be that it had been hydrojetted or possibly cleaned, and the black ABS waistline appeared to be in fair condition. So we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back, and that will conclude our waistline inspection. We're going to pull up and out of our clean out. And that will conclude